Welcome to Quill TV. I'm here with Dan Taylor, Director of Agronomy for Independence Golf Club. And Dan, it's almost been a year since we started a renovation project with the help of Lester George. A lot's happened since then, including a pretty harsh winter, but we've got a number of projects that we're still working on. Can you explain what's going on?
Well, all of the projects we have underway right now are grass projects. It's all in getting everything completely buttoned up with the grass. We had some thin areas going into last fall as a result of the grassing. Richmond traditionally has short growing seasons, so it's not uncommon that we don't get everything completely covered all at once. So we had some thin areas. On top of that, we had a harsh winter. We had new young grass going in harsh winter, so we had a little bit of winter kill. We're going to go in. We've already begun. We've sprigged a few areas on a half a dozen holes, and starting next week we're going to start sodding some areas out in the fairways.
Perfect. So you mentioned winter kill. What is winter kill?
Well, winter kill it can be several things, but basically it's death of the warm season grass by cold temperatures.
And we had some extremes last winter.
We did. I think actually we're fortunate, believe it or not. Some of the golf courses in central North Carolina got hit a whole lot harder than we did. So overall, I think we're fortunate with the winter kill. It does happen in Richmond probably once every 10 or 15 years. So it's not completely off the charts, but
right.
Unfortunately it happened to us.
Now you mentioned sprigging. What exactly is that?
Well, the sprigs that we're putting out, it comes in as rolled sod, and it's actually chopped up, dropped on the ground as just little pieces of sod, and it's disked into the ground. And from there, we water and fertilize it and make it grow and knit together until it forms a solid surface.
And typically, how long would that take?
That's probably going to take 6 or 8 weeks to get that completely covered.
Perfect. And you mentioned sod. It's not as simple as just rolling out the carpet. There's a lot of work in getting the sod prepared.
There is. Of course, the first week or so with the sod is simply keeping it wet, getting it rooted in. But the biggest challenge we run into with the sod is that we maintain our fairways at a ½ inch mowing height, and the sod's probably going to come in at 2 inches tall, which is what the sod farm grows it at. So we can't just go out there and chop the grass off to make it match up. So it becomes a longer process than you want, just because you have to slowly take the mowing height down.
And typically for our golfers, how long does the sod take to where players can play off of it?
Well, they can probably play off of it in a couple weeks. It might not be perfectly matched in and everything for a month, but it won't hurt anything after a couple weeks. It'll be rooted in, they can drive across it, and if they want to hit off of it, they can after probably 2 weeks' time.
Now, Independence will be closed from July the 6th through the 9th for a number of different maintenance projects in addition to the ones that you just mentioned. What else will happen during that maintenance period?
Well, we've scheduled this all together. During that time, we're going to aerify. We're going to aerify the greens, tees, fairways, and roughs all at the same time during that 3-day stretch. We've actually elected to do the sod work during that time because the golf course will already be closed and the sod work can go at optimal pace to try to get through. A lot of people have already done their sod work. We knew we had this aerification scheduled coming up, so that's why we scheduled it for this time.
Now we're getting a lot of positive response on the Champion Bermuda greens. Those two will be aerified?
Yes, absolutely.
And the benefit to doing that in July versus most of the golf courses here doing in the spring and the fall are what exactly?
Well, with the Bermuda grass, you want to aerify it during the growing time. Mm-hmm. One of the beauties of the Champion for us is we're going to aerify one time a year versus with the bent grass we aerifying twice in the spring and twice in the fall. So also by doing it in July, they should heal up at a rapid pace. So it should inconvenience the golfers far less.
That's wonderful. So heading into the fall, what is your prognostication on the conditions out at Independence Golf Club?
I think they will be fantastic.
That's great.
The greens they're already fantastic. We had a little bit of winter damage from 2 greens where 2 covers blew off. and we've gotten that all taken care of. They're now putting at a fast pace, no ball marks. The greens are top notch, and by the late summer, early fall, all this sod sprig work will all be done, knitted in, and should be prime conditions.
Perfect. Well, thank you and your team for all your hard work, and we look forward to seeing everybody out at Independence this summer and fall.